Hi, Sister Joan. Thank you so much for joining us today to
I'm
tell us.
very happy to be here.
Oh, I'm so glad. We are happy to have you here. We wanted to ask you who you would like to choose for the Saint of the Month for the month of March.
Well, when I put my name down, and it was quite a while ago, I thought to myself, St. Patrick gets an awful lot of recognition, and poor St. Joseph doesn't get too much. And being half Italian, I really feel that St. Joseph should be recognized too.
Can you tell us a little bit about the impact he has had on your life?
When I was in the novitiate, one of the times we prayed was in the evening before we went to bed. We had a prayer together. I don't remember what the prayer was, but we prayed for the grace of a happy death. And that has always stuck with me. Particularly lately, there have been an awful lot of our sisters who have been dying. I'm taken back by one of our sisters that I worked with for so many years in Our Lady of Mercy Academy, and I know she suffered for over 8 years with cancer, on and off, on and off. It finally came down to the last months of her life. She was living in the convent in Whitestone, was so present to everybody as long as she could be and when she could be, but she never, ever complained. I never heard a word of complaint out of her mouth. And she, I think, was such an example for those elderly sisters there to see how somebody could endure suffering like that. And since she was in the same novitiate me, I'm sure she remembers that prayer that we prayed to Joseph for a happy death. And she died there, surrounded by the sisters.
And St. Joseph.
And St. Joseph, and very quietly. So that's one thing. The other is when the Pope, it was Pius IX, declared St. Joseph as the patron of the Universal Church, and particularly on March 19th, that was 150 years ago to the same date on the 8th of December in the year 2020. And on that 150th anniversary, Pope Francis wrote an apostolic letter commemorating the 150 years and declaring 20 to 21 the year of St. Joseph.
What can you tell me about St. Joseph the Worker?
Well, St. Joseph the Worker was a very nice parish out here in East Patchogue, and they decided to build a school. And our sisters, the Sisters of Mercy from Brooklyn, were the first ones to open the school. One of the sisters, I believe it was Sister Marian Lenahan, who was Sister Mary David at the time, she was principal there, and many other sisters went there to teach. And I don't know how many years they were there, but eventually the school closed, as many of the schools out here have closed. So I always thought about those sisters, the pioneers in that school, and how much they loved it, and what a beautiful patron.
So in all your research, I understand you came across something a little humorous. Would you like to share that?
In all my looking up all the pictures I wanted to bring, one of them is a picture, and this is an old, I don't know if it's Italian or what, but I remember the first time I heard it, that my superiors were trying to sell property in Syosset. They took, all the novices and postulants went out with the novice mistress. They took a statue of St. Joseph, and they put it in the ground upside down. And they said the prayer, St. Joseph, help us to sell this property. And people do that. I've come across it. And I think it's very humorous.
Yeah, I do too.
I do, but poor St. Joseph, what a memory.
Well, Sister Joan, thank you for your time today. This has been a wonderful experience for all of us.
Well,
and I'm sure the viewers are going to enjoy your your sharing of Saint
I'm
Joseph.
happy to have done it. I really am.
Thank you.
Okay.